Feel free to drink plenty of water. It's always good to stay hydrated, medical experts say. But as for the idea that drinking more water will flush coronavirus from your system,
we don't know if the oral fecal route is an important mode of transmission, but water will not flush virus out of the system.
the notion that drinking more water will flush coronavirus from your system is one of several myths about the virus circulating on social media, myths that experts are eager to dispel. Another prominent myth, that if you hold your breath for more than 10 seconds without coughing or discomfort, you don't have fibrosis, a sign of infection in the lungs. Is holding your breath for 10 seconds some kind of a barometer?
Fibrosis in your lungs is scarring in your lung tissue. And no, there's no barometer like that. Again, if you have any respiratory distress, if you have any shortness of breath, if you have a fever, if you have any of the respiratory symptoms, you need to pick up the phone and call a medical provider and tell them what those symptoms are.
Another myth, that young people and children can't get coronavirus.
We know that children and adolescents, yes, they can indeed contract this coronavirus, but for reasons that we don't understand, they don't seem to be getting as sick as older individuals or those who are debilitated.
But experts say children and adolescents are also potential transmitters of coronavirus. There's another popular notion floating around, that the warmer weather approaching will either make the virus recede or go away. Experts say there have been previous virus outbreaks that have peaked in the winter, then declined. But they say with coronavirus, we haven't gone through a whole year of it yet, so we don't know if the summer weather will help.
Don't rely on temperature or humidity to inactivate or kill this virus. The way that you kill and inactivate this virus is by proper cleaning and disinfection.
There's another myth out there, that coronavirus can be transmitted through the mail. Experts say, judging by previous similar viruses, they don't stay alive for long on surfaces or objects.
The likelihood of risk of getting the virus from the mail is pretty low. Remember, especially a lot of mail is flown by aircraft, which is under pretty harsh conditions. But if you have any doubts, there's no harm in first wiping that package down with either Clorox wipes or alcohol wipes, and that will ensure that it's safe to open.
There is this issue, they keep telling us not to touch our face, but it is really hard not to touch your face. You don't even realize you're doing it. So why is that? Because it happens a lot in stressful moments.
In fact, in two separate research studies, we touch our face apparently between 16 and 23 times per hour. Think of it this way, there are lots of nerve endings in our nose, our eyes, our mouth. It's how our sensory awareness is to the world. Also, we have tiny little hairs that keep particles from coming in, dangerous things in both our ears, our nose. Of course, we have eyelashes and eyebrows to prevent debris from entering our body. And so that debris can cause itch. And when we're told not to touch our face, we become even more aware of that itch. So we're touching more often.
Yeah, so do this with your hands, because it gives you that moment to think about what you're doing with them before you react to something, I guess, anyway.
Most of the people with the novel coronavirus aren't dying. Symptoms start out like the flu, with coughing, fever, and shortness of breath. And most healthy people's immune systems are able to fight off the virus. But the disease can be deadly to people who have weakened immune system, like older adults, and those with pre-existing medical conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and lung disease. Their bodies have a harder time combating the virus. These are the ways COVID-19 can turn deadly. Pneumonia. COVID-19 is a respiratory disease, meaning it starts and typically ends in the lungs. Infected lungs fill with fluid, making it difficult to breathe, so oxygen can't get to the rest of the body, which can lead to death. Sepsis. The fight between the virus and the immune system may cause collateral damage throughout the body. Sepsis occurs when your body essentially overreacts to an infection. This out-of-control immune response can cause more damage than good and ultimately end in organ failure and death. Contact your doctor right away if you experience any COVID-19 symptoms and you've possibly been exposed to the virus.